I feel like TMZ really has a slow day or a slow week. I think ever since Diddy got arrested, there hasn't been much news because they reported on Willie Anderson Jr. And I expected this to come in from like a Bengals website or Bengals source or something like that. Coming in from TMZ was kind of crazy because usually TMZ is more like the, flashy breaking news. It's like kind of drama related, right? It's not really about sports or anything I feel like that's that interesting. Or it could be, and it could be something serious, right? That's kind of how TMZ usually runs. They don't usually run random news stories about sports. So, kind of crazy to be honest. But hey, listen, I'll take it. So, Bengals legend Willie Anderson says Burrow's criticism is totally ridiculous. And yeah, I completely agree with this 1000%. I still find it funny that they're criticizing Joe for, last week, the week before that, or week one performance, when it's like, he is the least bit of a problem on our team right now. And it's funny because that's usually ironic. Usually it's Joe's, maybe he's hurt, or we're just having a slow start, whatever the case. Sometimes Joe is the problem because of injuries. But this year, he's probably more healthy than he has been his whole entire career. He is looking like typical A++ Joe Burrow, and he's looking like he's playing at the highest level possible. Yet this is like the year that they're criticizing him the most, which I still find absolutely hilarious. Like last year, he had his calf strain starting off the year, didn't look that good. Then after 4 weeks, he started lighting it up, right? They started saying when the first 4 weeks, they're like, oh, well, Joe's injury prone. It's whatever. He's injured. It is what it is, blah, blah, blah. Then he starts lighting it up. Everyone's like, oh, he's so good. He's so good. He's so good. Right now, because the Bengals are struggling as a team, it's just like, even though he is looking so good, so good, so good, they're just automatically taking shots at him, which is just so stupid. Because, again, like I said, like, you could take the shots correctly here. Like, there are correct shots to take. The defense, the first 3 weeks, week 2, they look good. They got the job done. Week 1, they looked piss poor in the run game. Last week, they looked like a middle school defense. Like, there are correct shots to take. Like, you don't have to just take it at Joe. But the problem is, when you take a shot at the defense, nobody cares. Like, this is the reason why Burrow's getting criticism. It's because if you go on ESPN, right, and you sit there and you say, oh, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, the Bengals defense sucks. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. Lou Anarumo can't do anything right. That defense is absolutely horrendous. In return, crickets. Crickets, crickets, crickets. Nobody cares. Who cares? It's the Bengals. Who cares? Oh, okay, nobody cares? Guys, Joe Burrow's the reason why they're losing. Oh my God, I told you! Patrick Mahomes is so much better! Josh Allen is so much better! Dude, he's injury prone! He can't play football! He's like a 2-year-old quarterback! That's why. That's why he's getting criticism. You go on your little soapbox on ESPN and talk about the Bengals defense sucking. Guess what? No one cares. Go on your soapbox, say that the offensive line for the Bengals can't block. Nobody cares. Say that Jamar Chase is sitting out. He's struggling. Oh, what? Oh, but he's not better than Justin Jefferson. He's not better than CeeDee Lamb. Now there's talk. Line is the problem. Crickets. Defense is the problem. Crickets. Joe Burrow is the problem. yeah, I told you guys. I told you since the offseason. He is so bad. He is the worst quarterback. They say he's number 1. He's not number 1. I'm telling you. Like, bruh, that's why he's getting criticism. He's not getting criticism because there's actual legitimate reason. He's not getting criticism because people think he's bad or he's struggling or he's just not looking good. The guy put up 327 yards and 3 touchdowns, and the first thing I hear is, oh yeah, he put up a good stat line, but it doesn't mean he played good. Huh? He put up a good stat line, was 2 out of his 4 red zone trips were touchdowns, And that doesn't mean he played good. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, that's the problem I have with the Joe Burrow criticism. You can't even respond to it. Because, like, at least, you know, if he did, like, have a bad start to the season, like the calf strain, right? You can make the argument. But, like, when it comes to this, it's like he could go out there, Joe Burrow could go out there, put up 500 yards, 7 touchdowns in one game. They will still blame him. 100%. Because, again, it goes beyond football here. It goes beyond, or not football, it goes beyond, it goes beyond football. It goes beyond stats and everything and how the player plays. It's just that that's what people want to hear. Non-Bengals fans want to hear bashing on Joe Burrow. Non-Bengals fans do not care what Trey Hendrickson does not care that we didn't play Jordan Battle, does not care who our defense is, or they don't know who Lou is. If you're a non-Bengals fan, you're just a regular football fan who hates on the Bengals, you don't know who Lou Anarumo is. You don't know who you know who Zach Taylor is, but you don't know who Lou Anarumo is. You don't know who BJ Hill is. You don't know Joseph Asai. You don't know Miles Murphy, Sam Hubbard, you know, Logan Wilson. You might know Logan Wilson because he hurt Mark Andrews, but you don't know Jermaine Pratt. You don't know about these guys. If I come at you with a random name, right? Hey, Jermaine Pratt was awful this week, and you're not a Bengals fan, you're going to say, okay, cool, I don't care. What is he, a third-string linebacker, third-string player? Like, no one's going to care. But if I come at you and you hate the Bengals and you hate Joe Burrow, and I say, hey, Joe Burrow sucks, you're going to say, oh, I told you. Yeah, I know he sucks. He's awful. That's why. The criticism is just based on the fact that no one's going to care if you say the Bengals defense is awful. No one does. Bengals fans care because it's our team. But no one cares. It's just how it works. So the criticism, in theory, it is ridiculous. It is, but it's because that's the only thing. If you're talking about the Bengals and you're on ESPN or NFL Network or any of these little freaking stupid services and you're an analyst, the only thing you can talk about that gets people listening, angry, upset, responding is Joe Burrow. And Jamar Chase as well. And T. Higgins, because that also he's not getting paid. Those 3 guys are the only guys that people care about. Or Zach Taylor, I guess, technically. But non-player-wise, actual player-wise, it's those 3 guys. If you talk about the Bengals on your broadcast and you don't bring up those 3 guys as the problem, as the issue, as the, you know, reason why the Bengals aren't good, no one cares. It doesn't matter. Listen, it does not matter what the truth is. It doesn't matter the facts that, yes, the Bengals are struggling because of A, B, C, and D. It does not matter. You just got to bring up those 3 buzzwords. And then you get the views and the clicks, and the marketing executives come in and say, you're doing good, buddy. You brought up Joe Burrow sucking. And don't worry. All you got to say is, don't look at the stats. We had Keyshawn Johnson say last year, he doesn't think, he said Joe Burrow hasn't even won his division yet when he won the last 2 years. Because again, you don't have to go through and see when Joe wins. What Joe accomplished does not matter. You just bash him to bash him. That's all you do. And then you get the clicks and you get the views and then you get the check. And you walk away and you're all happy. You feed your family. Everyone's happy. That's what it is. Is it bullcrap? Absolutely. Is it going to change? Hell no. Because as long as the formula works, the formula will happen. As long as the formula is going through the system, it's going to continue to go. And they're not going to stop. And we do have to silence them by actually going out there and playing good football and winning games. But that's why they were blaming Joe Burrow. It's not Joe. It's the system.